right, welcome. Today we are diving deep, and I mean really deep, into the absolute foundation of the entire crypto world, the Layer 1 blockchain. We're going to break down the key players and the fierce competition that's shaping what the internet of tomorrow is going to look like, all based on expert analysis for 2025. Let's get right into it. You know, it's the question on everyone's mind, isn't it? Whether you're an investor, a builder, or just fascinated by this space. With tech moving this fast, where should we really be looking for that next massive breakthrough? Well, the answer might be a lot closer to the ground than you think. That's right. The next huge wave, the real innovation, it all starts at the very bottom. We're talking about the foundational networks that support, well, everything. DeFi, NFTs, the whole world of decentralized apps. This is the digital bedrock, and you absolutely have to understand it. Okay, so let's get a super clear picture of what we're talking about. The easiest way to think of a Layer 1 blockchain is like the operating system for a new kind of internet. Kind of like Windows or Mac OS for your computer. It's the base layer that everything else gets built on top of. So, a Layer 1, or L1 for short, is the main independent blockchain. Think Bitcoin, think Ethereum. These are the sovereign networks that process and finalize every transaction using their own tech. They are the ultimate source of truth in this digital world. But here's the thing. Building this foundation is not easy. Not at all. In fact, every single Layer 1 project out there is wrestling with the exact same fundamental problem, this core challenge that has basically defined blockchain engineering from the very beginning. And that challenge is called the blockchain trilemma. The idea is simple, but solving it is incredibly complex. A network wants to have three things: amazing scalability, rock-solid security, and true decentralization. But, and this is the key, it seems you can only ever get two out of the three. You always have to make a sacrifice somewhere. This table lays it out perfectly. You can see the trade-offs right here. For example, if you focus on making your network super fast, that's scalability, and super secure, you often end up sacrificing decentralization, maybe by having just a few powerful computers run the show. Every single Layer 1 we're about to talk about is a unique attempt to solve this exact puzzle. So, with that big challenge in mind, let's meet the contenders for 2025. We're going to look at 6 different projects, and each one has a totally distinct approach to trying to become the foundation for the next generation of the web. And here's a quick look at our lineup. Think of this as a roadmap. You can see they're all tackling the problem in different ways, from Avalanche's custom chains to Solana's unique proof of history. We're going to break down what makes each one so interesting. So, let's kick things off with Avalanche. First up, we have Avalanche, which has really carved out a unique space for itself as the ultimate customizer. Its whole philosophy is that a one-size-fits-all approach just doesn't work for blockchains. Avalanche's killer feature is its subnet architecture. It basically lets developers launch their own bespoke blockchains that are tailor-made for their specific app. Combine that with sub-second finality, which means your transaction is confirmed almost instantly, and you've got a real powerhouse, especially for big enterprise clients and complex games. Next, we have a really fascinating pair, Sui and Aptos. We're talking about them together because they share this incredible origin story, and they are both laser-focused on one thing: achieving absolutely massive speed and scale. So the backstory here is that both of these projects were born from the ashes of Meta's canceled Libra blockchain project. Their secret sauce is something called parallel transaction processing. Imagine a supermarket with only one checkout line versus one with dozens. That's what they're doing, handling tons of tasks at the same time, which gives them a massive speed boost. This makes them perfect for the crazy demands of Web3 gaming and social media apps. All right, our fourth contender is Apertum, and this one takes a really interesting angle by mixing high performance with a unique economic model that's designed for long-term value. First, let's just talk about raw power. Apertum can handle over 4,500 transactions every single second. That puts it right up there in the top tier of high-speed chains. But honestly, its speed is only half the story. What really makes Apertum stand out is its deflationary model. Get this, it burns 50% of every single transaction fee. That means those tokens are permanently removed from the supply. The whole idea is to create scarcity over time to support the token's value, which makes it a really compelling project, especially for the DeFi world.
Okay, let's move on to our fifth contender, Fantom. This is a platform that's been a longtime favorite in decentralized finance, and for good reason. It's built a reputation for being incredibly fast and really cheap to use.
Fantom's speed comes from its clever architecture. Instead of a traditional blockchain, it uses something called a DAG. All you need to know is that this structure lets transactions get confirmed in parallel, not one by one, which makes it lightning fast. And they aren't slowing down. Their upcoming Sonic upgrade is designed to boost performance even more, cementing their spot as a top choice for DeFi. And finally, we have a name that pretty much everyone in this space has heard of, Solana. For years, this project has been the one to beat when it comes to the conversation around high-speed blockchains. Solana's secret weapon is called proof of history. It's a super clever way of time-stamping transactions that dramatically speeds up the whole network. Now, yeah, the network has had some stability issues in the past, but its developer community is massive and has proven to be incredibly resilient. And now, with the Fire Dancer upgrade coming, Solana is aiming to become more efficient and reliable than ever before. Whew, okay. So we've met the players. What does all this mean for the year ahead? Well, one thing's for sure. The race is getting way more intense, and we're starting to see a few key trends emerge. Looking ahead, you can bet we're going to see these platforms fight tooth and nail for dominance in hot areas like Web3 gaming. We're also going to see a bigger push into enterprise solutions. That's a space where Avalanche is already making big moves. And you've got to keep your eyes on those major upgrades. Fantom Sonic and Solana's Fire Dancer could be total game changers as this race to solve the trilemma really heats up. All right, let's bring this all together. The competition between these Layer 1 blockchains has truly never been more fierce, and each one of them offers a unique and compelling vision for how we can build a digital future that's scalable, secure, and decentralized. For anyone building or investing in the space, these platforms are the ground floor of whatever comes next. It's this amazing mix of innovation, pure grit, and raw ambition. So as we look towards 2025, the ultimate question is still out there. Which one of these foundations will the future actually be built on? That is the multi-billion-dollar race we'll all be watching.